Throughout WWE history, there have been a number of moments that have tugged at the heartstrings of fans. These emotional moments seen on WWE television are always hard to rewatch due to the emotional weight they carry with fans. However, there are a lot of emotional and wholesome moments and stories that have somewhat slipped under the radar. These stories range from wrestlers doing heartwarming things for their co-workers, wrestlers going the extra mile for their fans, or even unplanned moments occurring on WWE programming. But which moments were they? Well, join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at 10 wholesome WWE moments. Be ready with the tissues and be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Number 10. Connor the Crusher. In 2012, a viral video surfaced on social media of a young wrestling fan who asked to meet his wrestling hero Daniel Bryan. Shortly after the video gained some attraction, Vince McMahon revealed that the fan named Connor McCallick would meet his hero backstage on Raw. Over the next 2 years, Connor would be invited to a number of WWE events, and the bond between Bryan and Connor would get even stronger. Sadly, Connor was seriously sick with a brain tumor and he didn't have a lot of time left. Shortly before WrestleMania 30, they would invite Connor and his family to Raw, and WWE would organize a special match for him before the show. Connor would pin Triple H in the middle of the ring as all the WWE superstars celebrated. It was truly a touching moment. They then proceeded to ensure that Connor and his family would be front row for WrestleMania, so we got to see Bryan win the WWE title in the main event. Following Bryan's victory, the very first person Bryan went to greet was Connor himself, and he would inform him that it meant a lot to him and gave him a lot of strength during the match. Just 2 weeks after WrestleMania though, Connor would sadly pass away. WWE would subsequently release a video in his memory, and in 2014 founded the Connor's Cure charity in his memory. In 2015, Connor would be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame as a recipient of the Warrior Award. Connor would be inducted by his hero, Daniel Bryan. Number 9. Brock Lesnar helps out Curtis Axel. WWE action figure collectors were left a little confused when WWE released an action figure set featuring Stone Cold Steve Austin, Brock Lesnar, and Curtis Axel. It goes without saying that Axel seems to be the odd one out of this trio. However, years later it would surface that Lesnar requested that Axel get featured in the action figure set so he could earn a little extra money. For those unaware, Lesnar and Axel are close friends, and he would even help Lesnar train for his 2012 return to WWE programming. Number 8. Christian and Edge's impromptu hug at 2021's Royal Rumble. During the 2021 Royal Rumble match, Christian made his return to in-ring competition, and fans had assumed that Christian had retired in 2014 after the WWE would fail to cheer him after he had suffered a serious concussion. When Christian made his way down to the ring, his best friend Edge was already in it. Edge and Christian would then proceed to hug in the middle of the ring, and according to Christian, this wasn't in the script and was completely improvised. Speaking on the AEW Unrestricted podcast, Christian would reveal, "When he hugged me at the Rumble, we didn't say anything. It wasn't even a planned hug or anything. I did my thing, I turned around. He was standing there with a huge smile on his face, made me smile, and we embraced, and then we just went on about our business. That was one of those spontaneous things. It was a great moment. You can't write those moments." Christian's appearance in the Royal Rumble would end up being his last WWE appearance to date, as he would sign for AEW shortly after the appearance. Even more heartbreaking is that we didn't get an Edge and Christian tag team reunion. Number 7. Bray Wyatt helps out a bullied kid. A Twitter exchange between a mother of a young fan and Bray Wyatt in early 2020 received a lot of attention, as Bray would proceed to completely break character in order to help a young fan. The boy's mother would tweet out that her son was attacked by a bully at his school. The bully would break her son's WWE pop socket and would cut his Wyatt t-shirt with a pair of scissors. Bray would respond to the boy's mother, and he would arrange to send the boy a special gift, adding that he's got his back, and Bray would tweet, "DM me size and where to send it. Tell him I got his 6. Number 6. Triple H breaks character and comforts a little kid. In 2015, during the midst of the Authority storyline in WWE, a segment on Raw received mainstream media attention. However, this was for a wholesome moment. During a match on Raw, Triple H alongside Stephanie McMahon would be sitting at ringside when a young fan began to chant for Triple H. Triple H jokingly said to the fan off camera, "Hey, stop messing with me, I'm trying to do my job over here." This sadly made the young fan cry, and Triple H proceeded to break character and began to talk to the fan directly. Triple H would have a heart-to-heart with the boy, and by the end of their exchange the kid was smiling and laughing. Triple H and Stephanie then decided to bring the young fan backstage so he could get photos with the WWE roster in a truly wonderful and classy moment from the duo. Number 5. John Cena gives a disabled fan his band. John Cena is one of the most celebrated WWE stars of all time. Not only is he one of the most successful WWE superstars ever, but Cena's charity work and care for the fan base has always gone above and beyond. Cena has granted more than 650 wishes for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the most out of any celebrity Make-A-Wish has ever worked with. Cena always goes the extra mile for those less fortunate fans, as seen on the February 12, 2018 edition of Raw, as following his match, Cena would jump over the barricade and he would give a disabled fan his band in a classy move by the 16-time world champion. Number 4. Becky Lynch sends a video to an autistic young fan. When WrestleMania 36 was moved to the WWE Performance Center, fans were extremely disappointed that they wouldn't be able to attend the showcase of the Immortals. The then Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch would find out that one of her young fans named Brandon was really upset about the fact he couldn't attend. So Becky amazingly decided to record a special video message for the fan that he will no doubt treasure forever.
Even though there's not going to be a crowd, I'm going to imagine that you're there.
Number 3. Tommy Dreamer saved CM Punk's WWE job on multiple occasions. CM Punk would become one of the WWE's top stars during his time in the company. He would win the world title 5 times and would notably open the door for independent wrestlers to get their fair shot in the WWE. However, it wasn't always easy for Punk, and there were a lot of occasions where WWE actually wanted to fire him. According to Tommy Dreamer, he was the one who saved Punk's job. Speaking to the Radar Online in 2012, Dreamer revealed he had little to no chance of ever making it in the WWE. He wasn't their type of guy. I saved his job 2 times when he was about to be let go. I was saying, you gotta keep this kid. You gotta keep this kid. It's likely that if Dreamer didn't vouch for Punk during his early days in WWE, he would have been released from his WWE contract, and Punk may have not had the career that he would go on to have. Number 2. Shawn Michaels hugs a fan. Now, in a previous video, we showed how Shawn Michaels is always willing to break character to interact with fans. Well, there was another great example of this, and it occurred during a match with Mankind on Raw in late '97. In the match, Mankind would dropkick HBK on the barricade, and as HBK was leaning on it, a young fan would walk up to him and give him a hug. HBK responded by hugging the fan despite being WWE's top heel at the time. Mankind noticed this, and he also gave HBK and the fan as much time as possible as he began to stalling by interacting with the referee and WWE officials at ringside. It was a truly touching moment, and one that the young fan will no doubt remember forever. And number 1, Becky Lynch announces her pregnancy on Raw.
Cause I'm gonna go be a mother.
One of the most touching moments in the history of Raw occurred in 2020, as following the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, the then Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch invited the Money in the Bank winner Asuka to the ring. Becky would then reveal that Asuka had actually won the Raw Women's title the night before, as she was surrendering the title to go be a mother. This was an amazing kayfabe-breaking moment in the WWE, and it was truly wonderful to see. It was made even better by the fact that Asuka had zero knowledge that she was about to win the title or that Becky was pregnant, meaning that all reactions on screen were 100% genuine. But there you have it, folks, 10 of the most wholesome WWE moments in history. Are there any moments that should be added to this list? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.